Hello everyone and welcome back to the show where wizards print good artifacts or enchantments as creatures. We've had February, Your Turn Becca, Parallel Twins, Thassa's coming out of the Conjurer's Closet, and we've now got Amulet of Problematic Names. Now it is only lands, but considering the chap's got Coalition Victory worth of win the game strapped to him and his 5 colours, we're going to look past that. As always, in the cards you see here today, then be sure to make your purchase through any of our lovely affiliate links in the description box below. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but really helps the channel out quite a lot. Now, let's get to it. The Wandering Minstrel is a 1/3 legendary human bard for 1 green, 1 blue, and reads, lands you control enter untapped. He also has the ability at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more towns, you create a 2/2 elemental creature token that is all colours. And for Coalition Victory mana, other creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of towns you control. Okay, so this card is very well designed with the towns in mind, as they all come in tapped, so having them untapped makes them a great deal better. Then we get 2/2 elemental in each of our turns, which is rather decent and going to be relevant later on, them being all colours and them being an elemental. And finally that amazing buff to our entire board based on the number of towns we control, like we're some sort of king or baron or CEO of a tech company. But in any case, we're here for towns, landfall, and token synergies, and considering the fact that we have elementals being made, we're also going to throw in a splash of elemental synergy here as well, and well, we're in 5 colours so we can do whatever the hell we like. Now let's get to it. At the 1-drops, we're of course running another version of our commander in Amulet of Vigour, just in case he isn't around, Birds of Paradise for mana fixing, and the combined might of Crop Rotation, Expedition Map, and Traverse the Ulvenwald to help grab our specific town lands we need. On to the 2-drops, and you better believe we've got more land tutors. Natural Storytelling, 3 Short Stays, and Far Looking all help us get our few precious basics or charms we're running. Growth Spiral lets us drop any land, and Stee gets us one of the few basics we have. Taking advantage of these lands entering is Lotus Cobra. God, I love Lotus Cobra. And Sabot Tender to give us extra mana and to deal damage to each opponent, which could honestly be counted as a win con with the amount of fetching we're going to be doing. And lastly, to save our board from being blown up as we're going quite wide and needing to establish an engine here, Grand Crescendo for fitting with our token theme, and the ever-reliable Heroic Intervention. Now up to the 3-drops, and here we've got more land ramp and means of taking advantage of that land ramp, plus one of our only 2 black cards in the entire deck. Saving spot it. Azusa, Lost But Squeaking, lets us drop more lands quickly. Courser of Crewfix lets us play lands to the top and gain a tidy bit of life along the way. Dryad fixes our colours and lets us play an additional land. Nissa, Resurgent Animus, gives another copy of Lotus Cobra, and you know how I feel about Lotus Cobra. Plus the option to dig through our deck for another elf or elemental, which there are quite a few. And when we do make those landfalls, Scoot, Swarm, Tireless Tracker, and Provisioner all get us tokens from them, being those 1/1s, clues, treasures, or foods. Now the last 2 creatures are Omo, Queen of Vesuva, who turns our few triomes or basics into towns, and Faber Elder, who should hopefully be tapping for a lot of mana. Chromatic Land helps with our fixing, Copy Land gives another copy of a town we already have out, and Realms Uncharted means we're getting at least 2 towns to our hand to be able to play next turn. Throw in a Relic of Legends for ramp and colours, and the all-star removal of Void Rend to get rid of any non-land opponent we don't like, and that's all our 3-drops. Now up to the 4-drop slot, and here's where we have the real land tutors, as you'll find that most cards below 4 CMC only let you search for basics or a specific type of land. Take 3 Visits for instance, it's only a forest, whereas at 4 mana, now you have cards that say just go get any land. Cards like Omnipath Journey lets us grab 5 lands to play 1 each turn. Yes, they are random, but they'll be towns, so it kind of really doesn't matter. Pier's Whim lets us grab a land into play while forcing our opponents to sack an artifact or enchantment. Sowing a Mycospawn lets us grab a land, and if we are able to pay that kicker cost, to get rid of one of our opponent's lands. Ah, targeted land removal. My favourite. And lastly, my personal favourite card in here, Tempt with Discovery, because all you really need is that one Boros player to miss a land drop, and when one folds, they all fold, and 4 towns directly into play is rather good. Taking advantage of all these lands is Case of the Locked Room to be able to play cards on top of our library and grants additional land drops. Emeria Angel to get us loads of 1/1 birds, and Felidar Retreat to create either kitty cats or buff our board with +1/+1 counters. Omnath Locus of the Royal equally enjoys lots of lands, as he either makes the token our commander makes huge or just himself huge, but importantly draws cards. Now, since we do have a token sub-theme, cards like Anointed Procession, Parallel Lives, and Andrix and Nev are in here due to changing our commander from making 1/2/2 to making 2/2/2s every turn, which gets rather annoying very quickly. Curiosity Crafter also lets us take advantage of these tokens by drawing us a card, and Jetmir Nexus of Revels loves going ride, granting a slew of abilities based on how big our board is. Now, for some support cards, we're running Annie Joins Up to double our commander and several other Legends triggers. Clever Concealment lets us keep our important permanents safe and can be convoked out for absolutely free, especially considering all of our tokens that our commander makes are every colour. Now the top spots, as you might be imagining, are a little bit more higher end than usual due to the amount of ramping we're doing, but that's also what makes them a bit more powerful. Fixing our mana and ramping us hard is Giganta the Wellspring, who can just be used to activate most of our commander's ability, with Miari's Wake doubling our mana, and the Anthem effect is always helpful. Lord Windy Boy is just a solid piece of value to draw if we're flooding out, or get back those lands we lost from Realms Uncharted earlier. And the combo of Tatiova Benthic Druid and AC Tyrant of Gaia Strait should hopefully mean we don't run out of cards when we're dropping all of these lands. The last 2 creatures we're running are Morog, Fury of Chrome, and Omnath, Locus of Rage. Additional combat in a token deck with a lot of landfall is nearly a combo in itself, and the +1/+0 for each attack is brutal. And Angry Omnath here making 5/5 is a serious threat that if you want to deal with any of them, including the elementals our commander makes, yeah, that's going to cost you a bolt to the face. And the last few cards are Titania's Command for our last land searcher and probably the buff to creatures, but we shouldn't rule out being able to exile them or draw the player's graveyard. Chromatic Orrery, which, since our elementals are all colours, is essentially 5 mana draw 5 cards. And finally, Blasphemous Act for board wipe and reshape the earth. The green sorcery is one of the cards I would keep in an opening hand because A, I'm a bad player, and B, it's a complete goal to be able to get to it because for 9 mana you're probably just grabbing every town remaining in your deck, and with a Lotus Cobra out it's essentially free to be able to activate your Bard's ability. Oh, a man can dream. But now for the main event of the deck, which so far in Magic there are 23 towns, and you best believe we're running every single one of them. Now, I'm not going to be going through and naming every single one of them, because that's what Scryfall is for. We are, however, running a few other lands in Field of the Dead, because this is tokens and a land deck, so this is kind of a no-brainer. Lotus Field, because with it coming in untapped is a strict upgrade to the lands we sacked. And the World Tree to make sure all of our colours are perfect on all times. And the last cards of Thespian Stage and Vesuva to make a copy of any town we like, and Urza's Cave to be able to go and grab our much needed town to round off our mana base. Overall, I think our Bard is incredibly fun, and I really hope it sets a precedent that we're now going to get more towns moving forward. I would love Gavany as a town from Innistrad and other places across the multiverse. I think it would really help flesh out a plane, and it would also make this card better and better as time goes on, so, you know, slightly selfish reasons, I admit, but hey ho, what are you going to do? They're an incredibly fun card, they're 5 colours, and they really help bring a card type from this set to life, and I really like that about them. They're appropriately costed, they're 5 mana, they have a win condition strapped right onto them. They are in fact exceptionally good. And more importantly, they don't have 20 pages on a Wikipedia article for me to understand who the hell the character actually is. So, brownie points there. And that will be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. What cards are you excited about from the Final Fantasy set? Let us know in the comments below. As always, all Affinity for Commander content is made possible thanks to the support of our amazing patrons. You guys are truly awesome. If you too would like to become a patron of the channel yourself and get access to exclusive EDH related rewards, including our new limited edition token sets featuring the lovely Affinity Doggo Mulan, then be sure to check out our links below. You can also support the channel a few other quick and easy ways, liking this video, subscribing, hitting that bell icon and commenting below. But as always guys, I've been Alex, and I'll see you next time.